And we're back here on the GSMC Baseball Podcast, bringing you our fourth segment, which is going to be talking about the Cy Young leaderboard and just some Cy Young rankings right now for the MLB. So let's get into it. They did post an article today talking about it and just going over them. So let's get into it. Just wanted to get my thoughts on it. So yeah, we'll be starting off with the NL first and just going over these guys and just giving my thoughts on each candidate, what I think their ranking should be, and yeah, just overall, some snubs, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, let's get into it. So, first off, for NL, we have at number one from the Atlanta Braves, Chris Sale. I mean, what is there to say about the Braves that really just hasn't been said? The Braves can do anything, man. I mean, they acquire 97-year-old Chris Sale from the Red Sox, who has been not good for 2 to 3 straight years, who got hurt riding a bicycle last year and is out for the season, and make him the Cy Young favorite. What do they know that we don't know? What data do they have that the public doesn't have, that other teams don't have? They make these kind of moves. I mean, it's truly incredible the way that Sale has bounced back with this Braves team, how so many middling veterans bounce back with this team. I mean, just look at Jesse Chavez and his career arc if you want to look at something that's crazy with the Braves. So, yeah, I think that Chris Sale, honestly, he deserves to be at the top with how fantastic he's been for this Braves team. Really has carried this rotation on his back with 2 other guys who I will talk about after as well, after Spencer Strider did go down. So just how fantastic he's been. Props to him, man, for revitalizing his career, going to this Atlanta team, saying yes to the trade there, which I don't think a lot of people would have done. You know, as much as you weren't doing great in Boston, you were comfortable there. You had lived there for a good amount of years, I'm sure. You had gotten comfortable there. So the fact that he was ready for a new opportunity, was ready to move on from Boston, go to this Braves team, which is going to have significantly more pressure on him to win. Good for him, and the way he's pitching, man, congrats. And yeah, I just think it's absolutely crazy, and just good for him with how well he's doing. So, yeah, props to him. And I honestly, again, I think he deserves to be number one right now. After that, we have second from, again, the NL East, Zach Wheeler. Now, Wheeler has been absolutely fantastic this year, again, with this Philadelphia Phillies team. Has been one of the biggest reasons why this Phillies team has been so good, because of their rotation. I mean, you're seeing not only Wheeler here, but of course Ranger Suarez below him as well, both Phillies players. So I think both deserve to be here. I think both should be on this list. Not sure exactly about the order, but I think honestly both should be here. Wheeler has been fantastic. Suarez has been fantastic. I think both are obviously guys who should be on this list, and yeah, they've been fantastic, and I see nothing wrong here. Suarez really was the favorite for a little while, but kind of came back down to earth a little bit. Had a rough start against Detroit, had a rough start against Miami, so kind of put him back down a little bit. I mean, still has been absolutely fantastic, still has had insane stats, but yeah, I think both players definitely deserve to be here, 2 and 3. 4, we have the first non-NL East pitcher from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Tyler Glasnow. Glasnow has been absolutely fantastic this year with the Dodgers, coming back home to LA after getting traded from Tampa. He has been what the Dodgers have needed. A lot of the players in this Dodgers team, this Dodgers rotation specifically, have been hurt on and off the injured list all year, but not Glasnow. Glasnow's reputation to coming to LA was, when he's on the field, he's a top 5 pitcher in the game. But that's a big but. And that's a big when, because he's not a lot on the field. He gets hurt a lot. He had Tommy John. He has numerous setbacks with his rehab. He has a lot of arm injuries, and the Dodgers took a chance on him, brought him back to LA, put him in the middle of this put him in the middle of the championship contending team with superstars like Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, and said, "Here, you're our ace now. Go get him, kid." Put him in a rotation with guys like Clayton Kershaw, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and man, has he done fantastic. Has had an incredible season with this Dodgers team. Definitely deserves to be here. Great storyline for him, and great job. And finally, his NL West rival, direct rival, also from California, from San Francisco Giants, Logan Webb. Yeah, Logan Webb is always going to be a consistent presence in this list for as long as he's really in the prime of his career. Just a fantastic pitcher. One of the best ground ball inducing pitchers I've seen in a long, long time. Just a master at that. So good. I had the chance to watch him last year throw a complete game shutout in San Francisco when I did go to their ballpark, and man, was he amazing. Just so fun to watch, honestly. Just the way that he throws those sinkers, the way that the ball moves out of his hand. Just an absolutely amazing pitcher, and yeah, definitely deserves to be here. Now, there are some guys I think maybe should have been on this list. I mean, Reynaldo Lopez and Max Fried, I think both should get maybe a little bit of credit for and maybe should have been on here. Also, I would have Paul Skeens on here. I think I want to make it clear that all these 5 guys are deserving, but I think Skeens should be on here, and I think that Skeens should be higher on this list. I think Skeens really is a Cy Young favorite right now. Sonny Gray also had a great year, so props to him. Shota Managi, even though he cooled off a little bit, still having a great year. Dylan Cease, great year. So I think those are some guys that deserve credit. But if I was doing this list, honestly, I'd probably go Sale, I'd go Wheeler, I'd go Skeens, I'd go Suarez, then I'd go Glasnow. Logan Webb, as I said, is having an amazing, amazing season. But at the same time, I just think Skeens is better. And also, Renato Lopez, I don't really know why he's not on here. I didn't put him on here in my own list when I just said, which I do regret. Actually, I'm just going to go over that again. So I'm going to go Sale, I'm going to go Wheeler, I'm going to go Skeens, I'm going to go Suarez, and then I'm going to go Lopez. Again, no real disrespect to Glasnow and Webb, but I just don't understand how Lopez isn't on here with the ERA he's had. I understand that you're probably thinking he's going to regress, but I don't know. I think he really should be on here at this point. So, yeah, I think that Lopez should be on here with the fantastic season he's having. But really, these 7 guys are really deserving. The guys I mentioned as well, also, who aren't on the list, are also deserving. So, yeah, just a lot of great talent in the NL right now for pitching, and they've done a really great job. Moving into the American League now, we are going to start off with number 1 from the Detroit Tigers, Tarek Skubal. Yeah, Skubal's been absolutely fantastic. To me, is the clear Cy Young favorite right now. This Tigers team stinks, but Skubal's not the reason that they do. I mean, he's been absolutely fantastic, been so good, and yeah, I really don't see a problem with this whatsoever. Has been an amazing, amazing pitcher for them. Has really become the ace-like presence that I and a lot of people thought. Again, I will say it a million times because I love being right. I think a lot of people do. I had him picked as my Cy Young winner for the American League. I've been right so far, and yeah, I need the Tigers team to be good because I need to see Skubal in the playoffs. I mean, man, is this guy incredible. His changeup is one of the best pitches I've seen in a long, long time. He's been just so incredible this year with this Tigers team, and yeah, definitely deserves to be on this list and definitely deserves to be number 1. Number 2 from the Baltimore Orioles, Corbin Burnes. Yeah, Burnes has been absolutely fantastic this year. I think really Skubal and Burnes are the clear 1-2 of the Cy Young rankings. I think after that you can really put a few guys. But I think Burnes, he's been everything the Orioles have wanted and more since coming to this team. His presence has been much more important now because of all the injuries they faced. Guys like Dean Kramer, Tyler Wells, Kyle Bradish, more importantly, going down. The way that he's been able to just stay calm, be such a presence in this Orioles rotation, be so good as he has been. It's just been truly incredible, and props to him with how well he's done, and just been absolutely so good with this Orioles team. Yeah, definitely deserves to be on this list. Definitely deserves to be number 2. Seth Lugo, number 3 from the Kansas City Royals, new All-Star. Congrats to him. I mean, also, again, amazing story watching him as a Mets fan a few years ago as a reliever. Did not think he would be an All-Star, but good for him, especially as a starter. And, yeah, honestly, he deserves to be on the Cy Young list as well. I think he's been so amazing with this Royals team. I mean, oh my goodness, he's been so fantastic. I mean, man, there's a lot of words I want to say about how good he's been, but I can't because we're a family-friendly show. But, yeah, just so good and so fantastic with how he's done with this Royals team. Really has been one of the big reasons why this Royals team has been so good this year. Really has exceeded expectations, and man, has Lugo been so good. It definitely deserves to be the top 3 here. Number 4, we have from the Chicago White Sox, for now at least, Garrett Crochet. Obviously, Garrett Crochet, we know his story by now, changed from reliever to a starter, has been absolutely fantastic this year, leads the league in strikeouts right now, is so good. I really don't know what to say about him that hasn't been said. He's fantastic, deserves to be on this list. What a turnaround for his career. Definitely deserves it. I like him here at number 4. And at number 5, we have Logan Gilbert from the Seattle Mariners. Logan Gilbert has been absolutely fantastic. Finally breaking out that Mariners fans expected him to as a top pitching prospect. Adds into that amazing pitching core with him, Brian Wu, Emerson Hancock, Luis Castillo. All the talent they have on this Mariners team is so phenomenal and just amazing. And yeah, man oh man, just this team is fantastic, and Gilbert's been amazing and really adds into a aces tandem with Luis Castillo, who I was also going to mention as a guy who potentially could find themselves on this list. I want to make it clear that also this is the top 5 I would have. I would have it as this exact top 5 as well. I think this is very good, and I think this is really what it should be at this point. But some guys I want to shout out for how great of a season they're having. Cole Reagans of the Royals, Lugo's teammate. He's been fantastic this year. Tanner Houck, new All-Star, announced last night. He's been absolutely fantastic. Another guy that should get some credit for how well he's done, even though he couldn't make it on this list. Jack Flaherty, what a great signing that's been for this Tigers team. Gilbert and Castillo's teammate, George Kirby, another one. Fantastic. Joe Ryan had a great season as well with the Twins, but there can only be 5 for right now, and I would agree with this 5. I think that's really the best list. So yeah, that is our 4th and final segment here. 4th segment, going over the Cy Young leaderboard, not final. Moving into our 5th segment, our 5th and final segment here, which is going to be talking about teams who need to prove themselves before the All-Star break. Kind of a lengthy title line now. I can really figure out a way to shorten it, but we'll be explaining it more after the break. So yeah, we'll be seeing you after the 4th and final break, and thanks and bye.